assignment or when you are looking at these. These patterns are how we are looking at solving this. But we look at number 37, we go, I don't know, 27 and 12, not perfect squares. But if I factor my greatest common factor out of those, 2, and I take 37 and I have 27w squared, minus 12, the greatest common factor is 3. So I'm factoring out of 3. So anytime, if you can't see it and you think, oh, this is the difference of 2 square numbers, factoring your greatest common factor leaves us with 9w squared minus 4. Difference of 2 squared. So if you didn't have that, try and factor. Now you do have to keep this 3 out in front. So now you are going to your 2 parentheses. And on some of your papers, I saw you did something like this. You kind of put these square roots above it. That's fine. But make sure this is your solution, not with the square root. So that it is 3w plus 2 and 3w minus 2 as you are looking at that solution. Okay? Minus y squared. Are these perfect squares?
Yeah. I don't know.
So, Greta, are we looking at perfect squares? You can end up going to the office. That'll be your next option. Okay. So we got 2 perfect squares, right? So if I'm going to factor it, we're going to be thinking of taking the square root, just like we were doing here. So, Greta, I'm going to have what for the first thing in each parentheses? X and X. And Joel, for the square root of y squared, I'm going to have y. And so the most common mistake as we are doing these on your test is that when you have something that you can factor further, people forget that they just get to the x squared plus y squared, and then they stop on this first line up here. And I just want you to be aware that as we go into tomorrow's lesson, it's going to say factor completely. And that just means that if you have something that you can keep factoring, you have to keep breaking it down until there are no common factors. And that's what we want to be looking for. So, in your homework, if you have all of this page, okay? So you're going to do all of page 36. We're going to do this quiz on factoring in just a few minutes. So, as you look at this, this is the page where you are looking at these 2 patterns. The a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and the a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, so that when you factor those, your answers should always look like a binomial squared, where it is a plus b, or it's going to look like a minus b squared. Other problems you're going to see on this page is when you see something like a squared minus b squared, a difference of 2 squares. And that's when your answer is, like the ones we were just looking at, a plus b, a minus b. For those of you that don't like to show work, you love this page because you don't have to show much work, right? You're looking for the pattern. But if it does not fit this pattern and give you the middle term, or if this is a sum, you can't use the pattern, right? So then I want you to turn back to H6. So on H6, I had some questions. Some of these get super ugly as you were looking at them. And I would say that if you have through number 31, you know, that's great. If you were actually, as you were looking at those bottom ones, if you didn't finish any of those bottom, like the 32 to 40 as you were looking at, you know, if you've tried it a few times and it just isn't making sense, take a look at one of the parentheses in the back, but don't get overly concerned. I mean, if you're kind of getting how to do it. So, H6, you know, at least if you should have that first part through 31 that you have done, the odds and those couple of E's. Notice if you turn to 7B, okay, page, okay, so 7A, then you got 7B. What happened to, as you look at that one, you can choose. You're going to do all of 7A, and then you will choose either 7B or 7C. 7B or C. Do you have to do both? No. No. You do one or you do both. 7B and 7C are that AC split. They're like unit H6. So if you need to go back and look at that, that's what you want to look at. You are splitting that middle term. As you look at these questions, it says factor it, each factor in the rectangle below, cross it out. Now, I would not blacken it out, cross it off, because what if you make a mistake? But when you cross it off, if this isn't one of the answers, then at least if you come back and it doesn't make sense and you crossed off the wrong thing, you can go, oh man, I gotta erase that. Because you'll cross off 2 boxes with each exercise. When you finish, print the letters that remain for your answer, okay?